How are you enjoying Street Fighter 5 these days? I find it both enjoyable and incredibly frustrating. People play like such scrubs lately. You mean SF6? I think a lot of people are currently frustrated with the game because it's so repetitive at the moment. I don't think we've had a Street Fighter game that was so... It's actually really weird to say that, but it's really lacking content. I mean, I think that's why people are upset, you know? It's just lacking content. If you're like a competitive player, you're currently not really having a great time. There's just not a lot to do, you know? Maybe this is a good moment to talk about that. I want to show you something, okay? It does lack content. I play almost daily and it's the same people and it's getting harder to find new players. I agree. And I think it's odd because the game itself actually like brought in so many people, so many players. It's odd to see Street Fighter 6 in this state, but I mean, Capcom just released, and honestly, I'm not even sure if we should watch it. You know what? Let's watch it, okay? Let's watch it. Okay, Capcom released this trailer like less than a day ago. And like, you tell me what is wrong with this? What is this trailer?
Here comes a new
Also, new intro screens, like fight screens, versus screens.
a new challenger.
Pretty explosive. I like it. Great stuff. Okay, but what is actually the problem with this right here? Why are people upset? I mean, if we take a look at, let's take a look at the reactions on YouTube. Okay, let's take a look at the reactions. I'm sure people love this. They have a really good, like, just check out the dislike ratio, okay? 2,200 dislikes to 600 likes. That's a yikes, you know? And the crowd goes mild. I've never seen a game fumble so much money. You all need to release skins for the main roster, okay? I'd rather have nothing, thank you. Capcom's immunity to reading the room is a rare skill that should be studied. We're never getting costume 4, are we? Okay? As you can see, there's a theme towards like the negative comments that we're seeing here. And I mean, I don't blame anyone here, you know? People cannot get excited over the Avatar stuff at this point because at this point, we don't have a massive influx of casual players into the scene anymore. A lot of people have either gone at this point or have, well, really started playing so much that they're not really the target audience for the Avatar stuff anymore. And honestly, I'm confused. I'm really confused about this. I'm looking at this, I'm like, who is Capcom doing this for? Like, what is this for? Are they actually making that much money from the Avatar stuff still? I just cannot imagine that's the case. Is Capcom making so much money off of the Avatar stuff that they can afford to not care about the rest of the game? I really wonder, because the game is like in such a weird state where we're getting like one character every 3 months or so, and that's it. No costumes. When was the last time we got costumes? It's more than a year ago, right? We got the last, we got costume 3 for the characters, I think in December of 2023. It's 2025 now. So yeah, that's what people are upset about, and I don't blame anyone for that, honestly. The weird part about this is Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5 had a massive amount of costumes at a reasonable price. I mean, I made a whole video on this channel discussing, maybe I'll link that if I put that on YouTube. No, it's gonna be like in the top right corner. I made a video on the weird DLC practices and how the Avatar stuff costs a fortune. Like there are like costumes for the Avatar stuff that literally cost 24 $100 a piece. That's as much as like an entire season worth of characters, you know? It's just one costume. It's insane. Yeah, I mean, if enough people buy it, the Avatar stuff, obviously there's no motivation for Capcom to release anything else. But that's what I'm like worried about. Like, is that really the case? The only logical conclusion that I'm drawing from this, by the way, at this point, I'm thinking like Capcom must be holding back a lot of content on purpose to maybe release like a big package after Capcom Cup. But I don't even know if that's true or not. Like, it's so confusing. Like, maybe you guys want to tell me, like, what do you think? This is such a confusing moment for the game. I'm just thinking here that, yeah, maybe like Super Street Fighter 6, something like that. I mean, the game at this point has sold more than 4 million copies. Let's just assume 4 million copies. I think Street Fighter 5 sold like 7 million or so. So within 1.5 years, Street Fighter 6 basically outsold or is at an incredible pace to well, get the 7 million that Street Fighter 5 needed, like reached within like 7 years or so. We're gonna get there earlier. But yeah, still, like, most of the sales have been done on this game, or at least a good chunk has been done. I just wonder, like, is it really worth it to keep prioritizing the Avatar stuff as much as they're currently doing? It's a bit odd, but yeah, who knows? Maybe Japanese players are more interested in the Avatar stuff than we do. I mean, at least the competitive scene, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, back in the days we used to have a lot more content to look forward to. You know, sure, the casual players, and let's be fair, most of the players are casual players, and most of them are not competitive players. Maybe I'm in the wrong bubble, honestly. Maybe I just keep thinking that this is a waste of resources. Surely, from a business perspective, Capcom has the numbers. If the numbers say more Avatar stuff, well, then it's gonna be more Avatar stuff. But I just can't help but feel like, okay, if you're going to do Avatar stuff, why not give the players that make the game interesting even to the casual players, the tournament players, the people who are playing this competitively, and the people who are actually invested into the real game and not the mini games outside of the game? Why not give them a costume from time to time? Like, what's so difficult about that? Like, it's a win-win situation. You're gonna make more money. Like where are the Chun-Li and the Cammy costumes? Like, what's going on? They made one Cammy costume, and it's not more revealing, it's less revealing than her, like, standard outfits. I'm like, what is Capcom doing? Like, what's going on? I don't know. It's odd. It's really odd to me, you know? But yeah, let me know on the live stream right now, and obviously you on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube later on, let me know what's going on. What's Capcom thinking?